had the third. However, we have the second degree, we have the third degree, and then we have the fourth degree, which actually involves a lot of the. And so with the second degree, involves the vaginal mucosa and the perineal body. So you look at the anatomy of the vagina, you can easily identify. And then the third degree will affect the vaginal epithelium, the perineum, and the inner sphincter. And the fourth degree will go further, which will affect the the fourth degree may affect all the bodies that we have, the fourth degree, and then also the inner sphincter, even deeper. And so with the third and fourth, they normally suture at the theater. For the first and second, we normally would do it at the formally, even if it was the first degree or second degree test, they will still send all the guys to the theater. So the midwives who had been trained to give episiotomy and then suture other tests, doing nothing. So eventually it was a problem. So this one, because the tear had been already sustained, and then we always would like to consider certain points. If the woman is a breech, if there is shoulder dystocia, if there is a vacuum extraction that is being carried out, or if the woman had female genital mutilation, that is the clitoris being cut off, or if there is a fetal distress in second stage, you look at and judge these areas, and then you give the necessary cuts to aid delivery, to prevent further tears, bleeding, and all that. So it is just to assist or aid delivery processes and help us to move on as we should move on. And so with this one, we just go straight and then do the suturing because she had a tear. And once she had a tear, she give the xylocaine and then move on and do. In fact, it takes the same pattern as we want to do it. And with the suturing, we have the interrupted sutures where we suture and cut. We have the continuous, we have the subpeticular type of sutures that we can use. Okay, so we have everything set up here for us to do the suturing. So we have long already here. So do the cleaning. Up now. Make the place room for us. As I have already explained the procedure to you, so that is the time. This time we are just coming to do the suturing for you, so that it will very nicely to go home. You will not have any problem. So she has agreed. I just go in. Sorry, okay. Okay. Give it. So, pull the plunger back and then push it, and then pull the needle backwards to make sure that everything is pushing. Is packed. Make sure that the place has no areas. Okay, so as I already told you, place my hand inside, try to suture So you make a bite from 1 centimeter of the cut, and then so 1 centimeter from the where the bite is, the cut is above it, then you suture a knot, then okay. Then you hold the tape and artery process. So that you can continue with the suture. So I'm trying to suture the inner lining.
So as
You can give about 3 or 4 by depending on how the cut was. So okay.
Please, madam, the screen is not showing from my end. I can't see what you are doing.
The screen is not showing. So when you reach down here, take a bite out here and you make a loop. You make a loop. Make a loop. Then and once the loop is made, then you can suture the muscles. You suture the muscles inside before we come and suture the skin. So because it's a dummy, when you suture, then it gets torn from inside. So because of the nature of after suturing the muscles, then from the muscles, then you come to the skin. I'll go straight to the behavior of and I'll do continuous suturing which we all have been doing at our facility. So we all are familiar with what we are doing. So you do your best. Because this is a dummy. It's not very easy to pierce through, but we've managed to. Okay. When we are done, now when we are done, turn your hand this way, go inside to meet where you made the first bite, and then you join it together to make your knot. That is normally done. So once it is done over there, make the first cutted, then you make the bite, your knot together. So you are done. You cut. So when we are done, and we mop the place of any bleeding. Then we can put our fingers into the anus to make sure that see that the finger has penetrated. We didn't close the perineum. Then we apply a new pad on the vulva vagina area. Then you ask the woman side clean. The ones that baby that's so that I will say I'm a paper out to home. That's it. If in soon be and pop can we chip on so I will do that and do the clean for her. And I'll okay. And I'll do that and do the cleaning also for her to make her feel comfortable. So that once we are done, I can then dress the woman. So we are done. Now we are going to talk taking care of episiotomy. Thank you very much. I'm going to wash my hands and come and talk with you. So as I mentioned, we want to educate on prevention of infection, on personal perineal cleanliness, personal hygiene, and then managing the pain and cracks. So with personal hygiene to prevent infection, you know, after suturing, once the place had cuts, sometimes bruises at the perineal area, we educate them to help them prevent infection. So number one will be the hand washing. Washing hands anytime she visits the washroom to prevent unwashed hands from touching the area. So when the pad is soaked, she would use a new pad. So Auntie Mary, when your pad is soaked, please don't hesitate to change it. Change and use a new pad your perineum. Wash your hands before and then after using the washroom. Wash your hands very well, otherwise germs can enter with your unwashed hands to affect the area. And then the wound will not heal as we even want it to heal. So we talk about cleanliness and then personal hygiene. When you bath, you are not going to sit on hot water for now. Use warm saline to just throw it over there and then dry the area with a separate towel, small towel. Don't use the bath towel to touch the area. Use a small towel to touch the area. One after washing, so that you dab the area before you apply a new pad. Please don't use cotton. Don't use tissue. You have to use your pad so that the place should be maintained clean from infections. Do you have any question to this side? Doesn't have any question. Let's continue. Okay. Then let's talk about your diet. The diet that you're going to use, or already you've been eating nicely, well balanced diet, the 4-star diet that at the ANC, the midwives taught you continue it. But this time, add up more of fruits and then roughage diet. Roughage, for example, contobre, garden eggs, they are all contain a lot of roughage so that it will prevent you from constipating. When you constipate, you will not have appetite even to eat. And when you constipate and then you go to the washroom, you use all your energy to push. The sutures may go off and then it will cause another problem. So please, your diet is very important so that you not constipate. And then with the pain, you can use cold and hot. For example, if you have hot water bottle in the house, you don't have, you can still use your towel, warm towel and cold towel to the sides, not on the wound, so that the wound should be dry. It shouldn't be wet, but at the side of where you wear your panties, there under that area, you apply cold, and then when the cold is placed there for a short period of time, you remove and then place warm. You can do it in the morning and then in the evening, making sure that your pad is not soaked, please. And the drugs that are given will give you drugs that will help manage the pain, and then antibiotics. Then your blood tonic drugs, they will all help to build up your lost blood so that wound will be healed properly. And so these are some of the things that before you go home, we will enlighten you on. The sutures will not be removed as you have a cut, the suture, and then you come back and they clean. If suture is absorbable, in that it can detach on its own at the right time and then be absorbed into the system, or some of them will come out when the wound has come in very good apposition and is almost healing. It will just go off from the skin. So that is why we don't want you to be sitting on hot water or using any hot water on the wound direct. So please, as you go home, manage all these things. You come back in 3 days' time, we would observe and then in a week's time to see how far the wound has healed before we will permit you to sit on hot water. Do you have any question to ask? Okay, she's comfortable with all the things that we have told her, so she will adhere to whatever we have said. If you go home and then you encounter any problem, come back. The moment your wound, your pad gets soaked, come back. Drink a lot of water so that you can urinate to prevent any bleeding as you go. Okay. So that is all that we want to tell you. If you don't have any question to ask, your time for discharge is up. We'll prepare your folder for you so that your relatives, when they come, they'll pay your bill. You have health insurance already, and then you go home with them, your baby. We'll bring your baby to you so that you continue breastfeeding. Okay. And so this is basically what we normally do at the ward. So this one, she had a first degree tear. And then if you do episiotomy, it's the same manner of care that you give to the woman. So this is suturing of an episiotomy or a tear, first and second. Third and fourth, we go to the theater because it's deeper than the first and then the second one. So basically, that is taking care of episiotomy and educating them on how to care for the wound or the sutures, and then the drugs they need, antibiotics, analgesics, and then the hematinics that she will replace the lost blood loss, replace it so that she can have the energy to take care of the baby and other household activities. So, do you have any question to ask or any contribution, any suggestion, anything that you have on your mind? Bring it out for us to deliberate on. Where is it? Hello.
Yes, sister.
Hi.
Sister, please, with the perineal hygiene, can you tell the patient to wipe from front to back?
Yes.
When
it's an addition, I forgot to, that is an addition to it. And so when she goes to urinate, or let's say she defecates, the cleaning is from the front to back, not from the back to front, so that she will be prevented from getting infection from the anal area. Thank you very much.
Hello, sister.
Hello.
Sister, please, about the suturing.
Yeah.
Do we nowadays pack the whole or push the whole part inside so that it will give you the space to view where you bite 1 centimeter from where the tear is?
Okay. You push and leave a little so that you remove it later.
Okay.
The perineum.
Yes, sister. So you don't push all inside?
No, all will not go inside.
Thank you.
Hello, sister.
Yeah,
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
Please, I wanted to ask if it is possible to insert female suppository after suturing.
Of course, that is an analgesic. Sometimes some of the prescriptions, somebody can even give diclo suppository for the pain. And so she can take the oral or the suppository. They are all to manage the pain for the woman.
Thank you, sister.
Now, I mentioned analgesics. So generally, any analgesic that is good for her, I'll be giving. Hello.
The teachers will absorb completely absorb.
We can't get you, please.
Please, I want to know the number of days that it takes for the test to be absorbed completely.
Number of days, what? The sutures. It's talking about the sutures. The one that I use. Number of days. Normally, by the 7th day, if we use a vacuum suture, it's externally, but internally by the 14th day. But by the 7th day, you will see how the wound is healing. You see that normally when you have even a CS done, or by the 7th day, the sutures will be removed. So by the 7th to the 14th day, there should be the absorption. When she comes, you see the alignment, the aligning of the wound of the tear or of the cut. So by the 7th day, when she comes, you will notice the wound is healing by first intention or the gate somewhere.
Sister,
Okay.
please, do you need to pass catheter before suturing, or it's not necessary?
Oh, it may be necessary during the delivery. After delivery, you pass the catheter. And then after the suturing, we want to prevent a lot of infection. So you can ask the woman if she can urinate. Or if she goes, you send her to the bed, she feels like urinating, she can do that.
Okay,
thank you. Before, once she delivered and before you do the suturing, you can pass the catheter to drain the bladder before you do it. But after that, we may encourage the woman to pass urine because we want to minimize the rate of infection as much as possible.
Thank you. Please, if I can hear you well, after suturing the client, you ask her to come back 3 days time.
Normally, the 3rd day, they come for
Later.
Yes, they come for a review. Postnatal. So you can see how the area is behaving. And then by the 7th of the 10th day, I don't know whether it is still the 7th day or the 10th day. After the 3rd day, they come the 10th day or the 7th day. I think it's the 10th day. They come postnatal for us to assess her again. I don't know whether Ghana Health Service.
So, after delivering 3rd day, the postnatal starts.
Hello, I'm not getting you rightly.
I said after delivering, is it the 3rd day that postnatal starts?
Normally, that is what was being done. Now, I don't know whether it's changed to come the 7th day.
Sister,
it has not been changed.
It has not been changed.
So first visit is 3 days, and the second one is 7 to 10 days.
10 days.
7 to 10 days, between 7 to 10 days.
Yes. So that you can examine her and see how the area is behaving.
hello, sister.
Hello.
Please, if I may ask, why is it that some won't get what do you call it? Gape after you've given education on how she should maintain perineal care and
questions today.
why is it that
Bramaudo.
So you said, why is it that some wounds still give after all the education that we give? Sometimes when they go home, home education from the family members, home education from friends, and the rest, she may go and then sit on hot water. That is just one of the stories. Sometimes, when you give episiotomy, the skin actually sometimes become a little bit tough. So when you suture, it doesn't matter how firm the suture, the tying of the suture is done. When the xylocaine how do I even place it? When the xylocaine wears off, the skin returns to its state. And so the suture becomes loose. Even the first point, when the xylocaine wears off, the skin returns to its normal state of being a little bit free. And so the suture may loosen up. So with a little infection that gets there, it will just loosen it. That's why, so when you are tying, you make it a little bit firmer. So that even though if the xylocaine wears off, the skin will still have its integrity, togetherness. So I think that is why some of the sutures, some of the wounds will gape as a result of the xylocaine wearing off. And so any little infection that gets to the corners may cause the wound to gape.
okay? Thank you, sister.
Most welcome.
Hello, sister.
Hello.
Sister.
Yeah.
To contribute to the reasons why the piece will also give. Sister, please, sometimes when the woman sits for long, like that first 3 days.
When she sits for long.
That is between when she's breastfeeding and instead of her to lie down, she doesn't lie down, but she sits for maybe continuous for maybe 2 to 3 hours. The heat can also cause the sutures to melt and then subsequently give.
Okay.
I didn't but this time then my peace gave. So when I went to my facility, that's what finally we arrived at. That I was sitting prolonged hours to breastfeed the baby. So that can also contribute to giving.
I won't get in.
Sister.
And we can do a research on these things, whether the heat that comes in contact with the suture, how strong is the heat, the temperature of that heat can be generated as to causing the suture to dislodge from its position. I think maybe we can take up a research having some women who have their wounds scaped because of long sitting hours, and then women who do not have their wounds scaped, they have their wounds perfectly well healed. And we pick it up and then try to work it out. We have a lot of things we can do. So sometimes we shouldn't even sit down for somebody to tell you, because this is an interesting issue which we can still work at it and find a solution to that.
Hello,
Sister,
sister.
please, infection is
Hello.
also a cause.
Yes.
Infection can also cause it.
Infection is the #1 cause. Okay. Who was
And
about
please,
Constipation.
sometimes the type of sutures too,
can also cause,
because I've realized that when you like comparing chromic to Vicra, when you suture with the Vicra, you hardly get a gape wound, but with the chromic, it sometimes gape.
yeah.
It's when they constipate too, like because of the pain, because of the pain, most of them would not like to defecate, and by the time they realize they've constipated.
So chromic together with silk, I think silk is also, the nature of these sutures, they are very hard and irritating. Very, very, very irritating. So if you suture and then it gets in touch with the skin, especially the knot that is made, that can also be an issue. And so actually it depends on the material that is used. With Vicryl, I know it's very soft and then it doesn't have some of these problems we are talking about.
Hello, sister.
Hello.
Hello, sister.
Yeah.
So please, is it a good practice to encourage women to use salt water or someone to wash the vulva after the
Salt water or what?
Salt solution.
Of course, it's a saline. We use saline to dress wounds. And so, and the salt one, the most appropriate one is the rock salt. It's a rock salt. But sometimes the rock salt is dirty. So you can use some water to wash and drain the dirty aspects, and then use the rest into the water, boil, and then strain. That would be appropriate. And she can still, yeah, she can use the salt water to do the washing. And use it. Because we use normal saline to do wound dressing on the pot. And normal saline is full of what? Salt. Saline salt, it's a chloride. Somebody has been.
Before